over to Ray Hudson's house. Ray Hudson joins us from his home studio. Ray, all eyes on Sunday on the Champions League final. PSG taking on Bayern Munich. Can PSG do the deed and get it done?
Well, some people, some very shrewd, intelligent people that have got a lot of foresight, had a little financial wager on Paris Saint-Germain when they were 14-1. Now, I cannot tell you who that person was because it would be indiscreet. But I'm very happy to have had the little gamble back home in England on Paris Saint-Germain at 14-1. So I'm pulling for them. But apart from that, Gabby, it's a big mountain for them against this absolutely stupendous Bayern Munich team that have been wonderful in their entertaining power, in their synchronized football, in the manner in which this wonderful coach has been able to meld. And this is a coach who really, he wasn't expected to be around too long. He was more or less a stand-in coach, but he has molded this team and they look a happy ship. Gabby, they look happy. Thomas Müller has never played better. Lewandowski is looking magnificent. They've got arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. He's got company, of course. But on the other side of the ball is a team that is ravenous for this title and have got the truly magical players. When I look at Bayern Munich, it's also balanced, it's also strategic. There's pace in the likes of Fonzie Davies, the Canadian Magic Man, in Thiago, the wonderful string puller. Up front, as I say, the Müller-Lewandowski combination is like McCartney and Lennon at their best. It's just wonderful football. The players on the other side, Kimmich, we got Kimmich, you know, Goretzka is probably the most underrated, undervalued player in that team. And Gnabry, we haven't even got the Gnabry, look what he did. And yet, Gab, the promise of magic persists in this PSG team, in their individual brilliance, in their individual talent. Now, there's big questions if that midfield of PSG is a little bit too frail. Is the movement right? Can they contend with that five-man midfield of the Bavarians, who are like marbles on a glass table a lot of times, and are scoring goals just for fun? It could be a basketball score. I think there will be goals, but the way Di Maria's been playing, and I agree with our guest earlier that Icardi will be left out. Mbappe starting to get his form. There's wonderful players all over. The vulnerability at the back for PSG is a concern. The last game ever for Thiago Silva, what a way to go out. Keylor Navas will play. You've got my word on it. Keylor, he's won more European Champions Leagues than Real Madrid, I think. There's a lot at stake. Paris has been built for this night on Sunday, and it should be a spectacular, ultra magnificent game of open attacking football.
Well, that's precisely where I want to take the conversation. Let's begin with how both of these coaches should approach this match. We saw the likes of Pep Guardiola and Manchester City perhaps veer away from their game plan in an attempt to be more conservative, to react to Lyon. Do you think that either Bayern Munich or PSG need to change their game plan, or should they just go for it? I mean, both of these teams should just enter this match and go for it.
Hansi Flick is definitely not going to take his finger off that button. I think that he's got one or two decisions to make in who to include in that on that right side. If he's going to push Joshua Kimmich into a midfield position, but that's tinkering. I'm not so sure that when something is working and clicking as well as this Bayern Munich team, that he has any real need. The need is to contain the magic of Neymar and Mbappe in itself. I'm sure that will be stated. But that's the beauty of football. These are types of players, Gab, that for all the strategy, for all the tactical adjustments, for all of the X's and O's on the ball, when a player like Neymar and Mbappe or Messi, for example, can alter the dynamic of any structure that you like. We saw it in the last game for PSG when Neymar. When Mbappe came in, Neymar found another gear himself because of that connection, playing that ball. Remember that beautiful pass, that dagger pass to Mbappe, who squared it across for Di Maria. But there was so much more in that PSG performance. I felt it's going to be a game where mistakes may be cost. You look at the central defence of both of these teams, and that's the Achilles heel. The goalkeepers, if it's Kehler, the German World Cup winner international at the back, Neuer, these are goalkeepers that can keep their teams in games no matter what the deficiencies or the lack of concentration or focus or the exploitation of chances by the other team. So whichever goalkeeper plays bigger than the other, that's going to be an enormous factor. And I really, it's a difficult game to say with any certainty who is going to win it, because on one side, like I say, you've got this incredibly molded together team that in Bayern Munich, that are strong, they're forceful, they're rhythmic with their possession, the movement is good, the understanding between Muller and Lewandowski has been second to none in world football. But that PSG team, man, when they get the ball, and not just the pace, but the imagination, that's where the tacticians and the strategists can't identify that promise of magic. And PSG have that more than the Germans, I believe. Is that going to be enough to upset the juggernaut of this incredibly powerful, cobbled together Bayern Munich team? Nobody knows.
I know that PSG are going to win because I've been saying it since August, and I'm going to stick with it today. PSG are lifting their first Champions League title on Sunday. But you speak about how potent, how just fantastic this Bayern Munich team are, but essentially unstoppable under Hansi Flick. But I saw one consistent thread in their match against Barcelona and in their match against Lyon, the first 20 minutes. Neither Barcelona nor Lyon could capitalize on the opportunities that they had in those first 20 minutes. For me, if PSG really want to do this, they need to capitalize on the opportunities in those first 20 minutes. Would you agree, Ray?
Absolutely. They let too many. They weren't fish off the hook. They were sperm whales that they let off the hook in both games. Barcelona could have been 3-1 up before the game even was 10 minutes old. But missed chances are one of life's greatest mysteries. You would think that PSG wouldn't miss those chances. Having said that, look at the chances that Neymar made and missed for himself. Completely fish up a tree finishes after he created the magic of himself to get loose of the tightest pressing of Atalanta in particular, who had a great game and played so well and was so close to getting out of there with an incredible victory, but they were worn down. And then the magic came out of PSG. But unquestionably, there's going to be mistakes by both these defences. And you look at an aging Thiago Silva. Is he going to be as sharp and as focused against this rabid attack of Bayern Munich, who have the width? You know, the PSG always play a little narrower when they're contending against these teams. And that is exploiting an area, it's leaving open an area on the wings where Bayern Munich have been phenomenal down both flanks. And not just because of the incredible jackrabbit pace of Fonzie Davis, but on the other side as well, for every X there's an O against these teams. And on the night, on this incredible final that we're going to get served up, I think it'll probably, they usually do favour the better team. The better team for me is Bayern Munich. The better team individually with an extra dimension to them, and I can't overstate this, is PSG. And only time will tell to see if they can take advantage of that damage that these individual brilliance players can cause. It's up for debate, but the bookies' favourites for sure are Bayern Munich. Their odds on just turned because the flood of money that's been coming for Bayern Munich has been on, and it's been coming in millions. But PSG is a brave man's bet. And, you know, again, Gab, the goalkeepers are going to be key, man. Kayla isn't fully fit, but he's not going to miss this. And he'll probably still come up with the goods the way he did for Real Madrid in all of his great success. So I'm sticking with PSG like yourself.
Fantastic,
but I'm not
Ray.
confident.
Oh, I'm confident.